Jealousy is a real emotion. It's a real emotion. A lot of people don't like to discuss it. A lot of people don't like to admit to it. Hello, guys. This is your virtual bestie, Shamara, and we're live today all the way from the Princess Palace, aka my bedroom. Today, we will be discussing jealousy. Yes, I love to discuss taboo topics that people don't usually like to talk about and people don't like to touch on, but jealousy is a real emotion we all feel, but we don't like to admit to. So let's talk about it. Okay. All right. So I want to talk about jealousy on two angles. I want to talk about how we deal with jealousy when we feel it and how we deal with jealousy when we receive it. So the first thing, the reason why I want to talk about this because the jealousy is a real emotion. It's a real emotion. A lot of people don't like to discuss it. A lot of people don't like to admit to it. A lot of people don't like to admit that they are feeling jealous. So that's why I wanted to talk about it. So reject it. Reject that you're feeling jealousy. Let's face it. Because when you don't face it, it only comes out in different forms. It only comes out in hate and bad karma. Ain't nobody got time for that. So
Ain't nobody got time for that.
first we're gonna go into talking about how you deal with jealousy when it's coming to you, when you're receiving jealousy. So number one, I want you to hold on, no. The first thing we're gonna talk about is how to deal with jealousy from a personal angle. How to deal with jealousy when you're feeling jealous. Like when you see your friends making more money than you and they are succeeding and doing things and you're questioning, you're trying to figure out when is your time coming. And that's the first thing I want y'all to remember. Timing is everything. Like everybody's timing is different. Don't compare your life to other people. Don't compare your time and to anyone else. That's the number one thing to remember when you're dealing with jealousy and when you're comparing yourself. Number one, stop comparing yourself to other people. Okay? Remember that you are your own person and your time will come if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. If you're moving towards what you want, you will receive. So you just need to remember that, keep that in your mind. Okay? So that's the first thing to do when you are feeling jealous. Okay? That's how you deal with it. Number two, be inspired. If you see somebody else doing something that you want to do, let that motivate you. Just remember that, like, okay, they have the strength, they have the willpower. You can too. You can too. You can do the same thing. So just be inspired. Let that motivate you. Like, let that be the drive that you need to know that, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I can do that. I have the strength. We are all human, and it's mind over matter. So if they have the mind, the mindset, and the strength and the willpower to do it, you can do it too. So just remember that. Hush. That's my dog, Poncho. Let me kick him out because I can see he's gonna distract me. Okay, so be inspired. Remember that you can do it too, and mind over matter. Just get your mind right, and everything will come together. Move forward. Number three, the most important step is evaluate yourself. If you're feeling jealous, it's 9 out of 10. It don't have nothing to do with what the other person is doing, what the other person have. It usually is internal. Most of the time, I think all the time, but I'm not gonna say that. But most of the time, it's an internal issue. So look in the mirror, meditate, and dive deep. Okay, because it's a personal problem and you should self-reflect. Maybe you are feeling some type of feeling like you are not enough. Maybe you are feeling inferior and feeling like you just are less than. So maybe you need to self-reflect and understand that you have the strength, that you too are God's child. God loves you. He hasn't forgotten about you. So Yeah, get that hate out your heart, okay? Because it's going to affect you, and that goes into the fourth step, good karma. You want good karma. Ain't nobody had got time for bad karma. You want people. Oh my god. Okay, which goes into the fourth step, good karma. You want good karma. You want people to support you when your time is coming. You want people to just be supportive. So support other people and bless other people and be happy for other people. So when your time comes, you can get all that good karma. You ain't got time to be hating on people and putting out all that negative energy, because you don't want that back, because your time will come, especially if you're moving forward, especially if you're going after what you want. So that's the four steps on how to deal with jealousy when you are feeling it. Now let's talk about how to deal with jealousy when you are receiving it, because sometimes friends and family and other people are going to feel jealous and feel intimidated by your success and your progress. So what do? You be empathetic and you remember that it's nothing personal. It's a problem internally within them. So try to empathize and sympathize as much as you can. But if it becomes toxic for you, of course you have to remove it. You have to let it go. You can't hold on and harbor to that negative energy. So, yeah, I wanted to talk about how to deal with jealousy, short and sweet. I hope y'all got something from it. Be sure to like, subscribe. This is your virtual bestie.